Hello everybody! Today's video, I thought I'd talk about an aspect of the game that is not really understood by some people, and it's regens. So what exactly are regens? Regens are, so in the game, obviously as players retire, if nothing happened then the number of players in the game would just dip away to none eventually. So the Championship Manager 0102 has to kind of repopulate itself with players. And so it doesn't do that by just plucking new players out of the air. As an old player retires, it changes slightly and then it's added back into the game. So if you can find a way to find, as the best players retire, if you understand about regens, you can look for their regen. That will be a new player with a new name, but with certain characteristics still the same. And if you can find them and sign them, often on a free or at least very cheaply, it's a nice way to guarantee yourself some hot youth prospects to work with that you know are going to come out to be world class. So how do you go about spotting a regen? Basically, the regen of any player, like I've got Mark Hughes here as an example because he always retires at the end of the first season, and he's quite easy to spot because one of the things that always stays the same is the player's position that they play. So here, defensive midfielder, striker, always remains the same. Their preferred foot always remains the same. And then, so that's the first thing to look out for. If you see someone, say in 2 years' time, my scouts pick up a Welsh defensive midfielder striker who's right-footed, because that position's so pretty much unique, I'll straight away almost certainly know that it's Mark Hughes. He'll be called something else. I'll sign him. I've got Mark Hughes, and he has the same potential as Mark Hughes. So basically, he has the potential to become as good as Mark Hughes. Obviously, he's old here, so he's not actually that good now. He's got a lot of 20s, but it's because he's old. But other than if it's a player who's just a striker with a right foot, who's Spanish, you may need to look a bit deeper. So you can look at, there's also 4 statistics in here that always remain the same, and they are aggression will always be the same, balance, bravery, and flair. So if you want to find the regen of any player, check their position, their footedness, and then aggression, balance, bravery, and flair. Obviously, you need to find a way. Basically, I would, if you've got certain players that are older that you like, that you might like to try sign as a regen, just make a little note of their stats. Maybe add them to a shortlist, add all the old players to a shortlist, then you get a notification as they retire. And then just when they're going to retire at the end of the season, go down and make a note of these 4 statistics. Anyway, you can have a little folder and add to it over time, that's what I do, or you can just write it down. And yeah, then eventually you'll get the regen with a bit of scouting. They can appear anywhere. So yeah, just send the scouts out. Also look in the under-21s of countries like Wales. They'll pop up there. The Olympics is a good place to find them. But there are a few ways that are... what's the word? Yeah, there's certain clubs that have more. So let me show you those clubs first. There is. For some reason, these 3 clubs, if you're playing in England, will bring a lot of regens come to. The first one is Guiseley. Obviously this is at the start of the game, so there's none now. But I'll show you them in a few years' time. Alfreton. Always check them if you're looking for regens. Alfreton Town, a lot appear there. And Braintree Town. They're the 3 teams. If you're looking for like English regens or British regens, they won't always go there, but the disproportionate amount turn up there. The Gazzers at the early in the game, Keown and Adams, players like that. Send your scouts out, but also just manually go in and check these teams. 9 times out of 10, one of these 3 will have 1 good regen. Not really sure why. So let's carry on. Let's look at a few regens that do spawn early in the game. So like say if you're thinking of starting a game today, by the second season you should be able to pick these guys up. I'll just show you them now, if you like. We've been looking at Mark Hughes for ages, so I won't show you him. The next one I like to sign is Thomas Hassler, German legend. You can see he's still quite good now, but at 35, he's retiring soon. Over 100 caps, so he's already retiring at the end of the season. I've only just started this game. Over 100 caps for Germany. Absolute legend. Good player. And then an even bigger legend who we're going to look at is George Weah. He's 34. He doesn't always go right at the start of the first season, but definitely by the second. So remember what we're going to be looking for. A striker with the right foot who's Liberian. That's another reason why I chose George Weah. Excuse me. He's very easy to find, simply because he's Liberian. So you don't even need to scout for him. Just go Liberian in the search. Look, there's what, 50 Liberian players max? So you can literally just go through them all. It'll take you 5 minutes. And you'll find a Liberian striker who's right-footed, who has 10 aggression, 20 bravery, 14 balance, and 18 flair. And basically, he's so easy to find, so he's a good one to sign. Right, let's have a look in the future at how you might find these players as a regen. Right, so first up, here we have found Mr. David Harris, a Welsh defensive midfielder / striker centre who's right-footed, has 20 aggression, 19, 20, 12. This is the regen of Mark Hughes. They don't always come up as kids. This is 3 seasons into the game. As you can see, he spawned at Braintree, one of the teams I highlighted. Had a decent season there. 45 goals. Oh no, yeah, in 54 starts. Oh no, at Braintree, 46 starts, 45 goals, 14 man of the matches. Everton have snaffled him up. He started alright there, but he's now unhappy. But I always play him as a striker, because that's what I think he was most known for. But yeah, so all I did to find him was go into the Wales squad, and he was there. It's easy enough. He's a very easy one to find, that's because of his unique position. Checking Braintree, checking the Wales under-21 and full squads, send scouts out to UK and Ireland, and they should come back to him pretty quickly. Right, let's see how Thomas Hassler's turned out. I've already found these, so I can just... Hang on. Here he is. He's come back renamed as Timo Schneider, and look, he's already brilliant. He's 19 years old, got 20 creativity, flair, set pieces of 20. Again, a German attacking midfielder who's right-footed. He's on the German under-21 squad, so he's quite easy to find. Again, so he regened during the second season, 0102, yeah. At 19, he's playing incredibly well. He will be a bit more tricky, he'll be a bit more expensive to find because he spawned at Mönchengladbach. The better the team they spawn at, the more difficult it is to poach them away. As you see, Mark Hughes was left on a free from Braintree. Now finally, George Weah. He's regened with an excellent name as well, which is good. Dr. Andy Beale. Now here we have him. 23-year-old Liberian striker, right-footed. Aggression was 18. Aggression was 10 and flair was 18. I remember when we looked at that before. Can't remember these two. But how many Liberian strikers are there in the game? I just found him in the way I said, by typing Liberian, just scrolling through until I found the player I was looking for. So once you understand a bit more about regens, it does make the kind of long games a lot more exciting. 10 seasons in, when players you like are starting to go, it's more and more regens. If you don't have a clue who they are, it can be a bit baffling. But if you know who to look out for, you can have George Weah up front for your, maybe not Boston United because it's hard to get a work permit, but any other league, it's a lovely thing. So yeah, if you've got any more questions about regens, when they spawn, how they spawn. They just spawn like any other. You know, when you get at the end of a season, it'll say, "Oh, you've got these youth prospects to offer a contract." They come at the same time as that. They're either your youth prospects or youth prospects for other teams, or sometimes just free transfers. Right, thanks for watching, and have a good day.